Okay, let's begin with the old classic. All right, you know how the rules work. Two characters, one of them has more pornography than the other. This one's actually pretty difficult. Megara is a classic, but Rohan Kishebe is quite attractive. Let's do Megara. And we've already lost. You've got to be kidding me. Alawi or Hermes? Oh, these are both really good. Hermes, gotta be Hermes, right? Alawi's just a little, she's a little big. She's a big girl. All right, good. Just barely edged her out. Rarity, okay, I don't need to read any further. Next up, we've got Viper from Valorant or Bo Hancock. I don't really know within the context of One Piece if this woman is attractive or not. I'm gonna try One Piece. Yeah, okay. Apparently, she's like one of the hottest women of all time. Sword Art Online, Catgirl, or a Honkai Star Rail character. My understanding is that both of these shows only exist to Goon 2. I'm gonna pick Asada, I think. All right, I was right by 100. Peter Griffin. Oh my God, this is like a hardest of all time. There's so much 02. I mean, Peter. There's got to be a lot of Peter, but I'm gonna say, yeah, I was gonna say it's got to be 02. Himiko from Fate, don't know what that is, or Vinsmoke Raiju from One Piece. Didn't we already do? Wait. No franchise. Two completely new tags. One Piece. Hello, we already did a One Piece character. I'm gonna say One Piece again, and I'm right. Okay, let's go. Next up was another One Piece or Pokemon character. Now this is the Pokemon Legends Hisuian time travel one. She's cute, but I think it's got to be Tashigi. Oh my God, I was way off. I guess people are into it. Carol T or Zentreya, a virtual YouTuber. I've never heard of either of these characters. I guess the VTuber, I gotta imagine. Okay, sure. Apparently a lot of people like jacking off. Suicune or Noelle Holiday, unfortunately. Oh my God. The Pokemon buff is crazy, but I think Suicune is enough of an outlier that it's got to be Noelle. I'm so good at this, baby. Okay, 8 of 10. Yeah. One of these days I'm going to get 10 of 10. Not today, though. I think the ones I missed were totally unfair. Six or seven, even. Let's do a little connections. Is connections still free? I know the mini is now costs money. All right, 4 groups of stuff. We have backpedal, flip flop, about face, pinwheel. Shit. Oh, renege. Okay, that's good. That's the green. That's not really what I want to see. I was hoping that would not be the green. Pinwheel, vane, wind chime, flag. One seems pretty easy. That's the yellow. Okay, purple and blue. That's really not where you want to be. Street, neighborhood. Uh-oh. Wedge salad? No. Stuff, jam, wedge, shoehorn. Let's go. Cram, and then I don't know what this is, but it's the purple. Last words in long-running children's show titles. Captain Kangaroo, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, Reading Rainbow, Sesame Street. Shut the fuck up. Whatever. This one seemed a lot easier than it usually is. All right, let's get it going, folks. It's your boy Joseph Rothschild, aka MBT. We're chilling once again. Back once again. I will never really know. No. Japanese train. Anything about me. Never really no. Okay, it's your boy. We're on the Japanese train. We're going to work. How's everybody doing today? Ugh. I've been doing all right. We just filmed Will, and we did talk about Charlie Kirk finally on Will. Man, okay, so I don't want to jack myself off a little bit. I thought I was pretty normal during the portion of Freaks yesterday that went up, and I have gotten a lot of kind reactions, which I appreciate, but I have got a lot of reactions that are like, by talking about this guy in anything other than total veneration, I'm going to find who you work for and get you fired, and some people who are like, actually, it's imperative for my own safety that I watch rotten.com for 8 hours a day. I just like I think what I'm learning is that a lot of people are hurting themselves very badly all day. Did you talk about Jimmy Kimmel being canceled by ABC because of it? Oh my God, what did he do? Are they going to report you to Rebby or Jillian? What are they going to? They're going to send a thing to Rebby, and they're going to be like, Rebecca, I have important information that the man whom you manage is incredibly problematic. And Rebby's just going to be like, yeah, tell me about it. She's going to be like, let me show you what he calls me. And then it's just a bunch of slurs. He said Trump wasn't mourning Kirk. But that's true, though, right? Wasn't he like, they asked him like, hey, what are you doing okay? And he was like, oh, because of Kirk, yeah, whatever. So we're building a really beautiful ballroom. It was great. He was golfing on his funeral. That's so funny, dude. I don't know, man. I don't know. You know what the most important part of that guy's life was, of Charlie Kirk's life, is that he generated views. And that's what they're upset about. They're like, man, this guy was such a monster when it came to views. You got to respect that. The good news, though, I guess I would say Kimmel down, Colbert down. Who's left? We were almost free from the shackles of late night television. Fallon? Oh my God. Is Fallon still on? Get him off of there. Maybe Conan gets a show back. Man, the Conan show thing is like what, they give him a show for like 3 months, they drip feed it to him, and then it gets canceled, and then they're like, that's it. He's the worst one, too. Seth Meyers is already in the crosshairs, right? You know the crazy part about Seth Meyers? I tuned into his Seth Meyers like 3 weeks ago. I was in like a hotel, and I was like trying to watch something to fall asleep or something. I turned on Seth Meyers. That show's fine. The Seth Meyers late night show, it's very much like the way old late night used to be, where it's like, yeah, after this airs, there's a possibility no one ever watches this episode ever again. He's not bad at it. He's just a guy, yeah. That's the thing. It's not like, I think it's important that the person who runs the late night show isn't like a big celebrity and is just like a dude. John Oliver is still there. Well, that's not really late night, right? That's his show where he like he reads a Wikipedia at you. That show's fun, you know. Also, Team Saga 1 was so good. Why is this the one series with good duels? It's crazy. We have not had a bad series of duels in Team Saga yet, but I think they'll start next week. I legitimately think, like, I don't know what Gage and Doug's pulls look like, but I like, unless they are stellar, we are going to walk all over them. I don't know if Farfa's like playing a bit or something where he's like, I'm actually 4-1, I'm actually 5-1 or whatever, and I'm like, we admitted you were getting the better deck. Like, I don't know what he can't help but return to his anti-MBT programming. Does Bill Maher count as late night? He needs to shrivel up. I was shocked learning he still has viewers, that people still watch Bill Maher. I can't believe your dog shit deck won a game. What are you talking about? Constructed Tindangle? There's a moment in episode 3, if you haven't seen it, we filmed it on Tuesday, where I'm the only one that sees that one of my cards is actually offline, and Farfa, Doug, and Gage spend the entire turn yelling at me, being like, why aren't you activating this effect? And I'm like, I'm saving it for something good. And then the turn ends, and I'm like, okay, it was offline, dickhead. It was so funny. I'm the only one who knows I super misplayed and fucked myself. Wasn't even a super misplay. The way to play around it was activate the search spell in Graveyard Effect to detach, but don't add. It's a totally unintuitive way to use the card, but it was necessary because we don't have any of the good Gabongaman. Let me think what's going on. Wonky Quartet is ramping up. We're about to launch channel membership and Patreon. What we think we're going to do is the 4-person series are going to be twice weekly, and then shorts 3 days, and then the 2-person series are going to be member or Patreon exclusives, which I hope is a way that we can get money. Speaking of YouTube, we'll talk about it a little more later in the day, but it's crazy that they figured out what it was, right? The raft video stressed me out. Keep it up. It was so funny. After that episode, I was like, I feel like we aren't doing something right. So I looked up like how to play raft, and people were like, so by the end of your second day, you should have built out all the way and be building anchors to go on island expeditions. And I was like, okay, I didn't know you could do that. So I'm watching people be like, by the time you get to the nuclear silo, and I'm like, no, we learned how to eat food by day 3. Have you done any prep for the Elestrals Open? I'm commentating the Elestrals Open, actually. I have been prepping out what I think the top decks will be so I can effectively commentate them. It was awesome seeing like Farfa's POV in the raft video and realizing he literally just showed up and did nothing for an hour. He like showed up and just like walked in circles. That's like his favorite thing to do in a game. Ugh. Let me think what else. Your asses are never getting to a nuclear silo. Looks like they're in a winning position here. Oh, never mind. That's a shield. We'll see. I think that you all are going to be really surprised by Lifestream. I think the cards in Lifestream are just fucking unbelievable. I can't believe they're being released. But it puts me in a weird position with the Elestrals channel because I don't want to make content for it. Because what? I'm going to make content for a thing that isn't Lifestream? I still want Gorgons to die, but sadly it has to exist at ATM. I have confidence that there's 2 ways they can do this. They can either ban the back row, which I'm a little scared of because like I think the back row right now is load bearing, or they can print better back row, which I think they are finally doing. Like some of the stuff in Lifestream, I'm like, that's clearly meant to be this generic spell. Like the fire card that is Earthquake, I'm like, okay, so what they're telegraphing is we will print a kindred version of the existing powerful cards, and then we're going to ban them. I assume is what's going to happen. Like, I imagine, like, they're going to ban, like, Gorgons or whatever. Gorgons is the one I think is probably suspect for a ban. The other two, I mean, the other two are also scary, but there's ways to play around them. Truly, I need the rest of the set reaction. I will get you that. I will get you that. Did you record the thing today or not yet for Friday? I'm recording it tomorrow because I have to write it still. No, this week is really rough for me. It's going to be a short stream today. I'm probably going to clock in at about 2 hours. Probably no variety. I apologize for you Isaac heads. I don't have all my homework done. I haven't even started on some of it. I probably have like 4 hours of homework, and I'm going to turn this off at 10 and then do 4 hours of homework till 2 a.m. and then wake up. I mean, it's not ideal, but what are you going to do? This weekend I'm going to Chicago Just kidding, guys. I live in good old Chicago. For the R bet. I'd hoped there would be more people there, but a couple people pulled out at the last minute. So, but I'm excited to play in the Chicago R bet. I don't feel super confident in my deck, but you know, it is what it is. I just thought I would have more time. I don't have any time this week to practice either. Maybe we can play a little bit on stream. A teeny weeny bit. What does law school homework even look like? A lot of reading. A lot of reading. If Gage can top, you will too, to be fair. Gage plays a lot of Edison. Sorry, did we just enter Bussigny? Oh my... Bussigny? We're in Bussigny? Are you going to see the Bean? I would love to go see the Bean. I hear there's a man in there. Anyway, that's my exciting weekend. I think what's on the docket for today is what I would like to do is maybe play an Edison, but largely I want to look at the ban list reaction videos. I think I want to watch the Ruxin one, of course. There's some pack openings for Dude, right, that are out. I maybe want to check. And then... I want to check out that Charlie video about the Joshua Strife Hayes video about the ad block thing, which I think is the way that this works. Have you ever considered trying to make content of playing D&D or something like that? There are some things like that I would be interested in doing that I don't think any of my friends are. I personally do not play D&D, though. I don't know how. I never have. I've played other tabletops, but I've never played D&D. That's wild. Yeah, you would think I would have. You're trying to call me like a bisexual nerd, right? You think I would have? You're like, you're the kind of guy who would... who would try and get pussy by sitting around a table and rolling dice. Yeah, I mean, what do you want? That's literally you, though. Correct. Let's give creative control to Leah again for the RPG content. She's going to save the channel for the second time. The second time, if you think playoffs saved the channel, I've got really bad news. Which Homestuck do you think best represents you? Carcat. Hey, thank you for the sub, the 7th Dark Lord. Appreciate it. I was on it, so it was good until I left. Then it was PP. That's actually very true, Sib. I had one or two other things I also wanted to talk about today. Trying to remember what they were. Man, they're trying to sneak stuff past me on Freaks again, by the way. I really think I don't want to, because doing so would just be a tacit admission that we are just a politics stream, which we're not. I remember that I am an apolitical streamer. But, like, I load up Twitter today, and it's like, hey, did you know this guy got lynched? Also, we're invading Venezuela. And I was like, fucking did they wait for me to hit end stream? Is that what's going on here? They waited for me to end stream? Did you know there was probably life on Mars, by the way? I mean, good for Mars. What do I care? I'm not on Mars. Woody Allen endorsed Cuomo today. Oh, is that true? Wait, that might be the difference maker. I know you think he's a weird sexual freak, but now... Why you didn't do the inside job conspiracies on Kirk? They weren't fleshed out yet. They will be in next week's Freaks. The people who are like, he was killed by Mossad because he was asking too many questions about Jews. That one was awesome. I believe it. Do you? I feel like maybe you didn't. I got one message about Charlie Kirk that was a little weird. It was like, Joseph, I appreciate your objectivity on these things, but I just have to mention I was really disappointed by your coverage of this thing. You didn't say anything wrong, but your chat was really bad. I didn't want to be like, first time on the stream, buddy? My chat was terrible. Oh, the Joseph Rothschild chat was bad. Fuck, perish the thought. Couldn't possibly be real. Have you read the fake as fuck texts? Hey, everybody, it's me, the shooter, Tyler Robinson. I just have to say I have the requisite mens rea to commit murder in the first degree. I did it for these reasons, and here's where the gun is. I sure hope my old man Pops doesn't get mad at me. I'll always remember you, my beautiful trans girlfriend, and the wonderful times we shared together down at the local sock hop. You were my best girl, and someday I hope we can get pinned. It's crazy. The Ken Klippenstein one, I'm like, okay, that actually is his account. Where he's like, I'm an eepy little boy, like posting shitty memes. And then like he never mentions politics, and they're like, dude, someone just got hurt at UVA or at UVU. And he hops in and be like, hey guys, I know this is gonna affect our Deep Rock Galactic playthrough, but it was me. I'm gonna turn myself in. Sorry. I will try and find another person to raid with you all before I head out. My bad. It's crazy. I'm like, that is, I think, how Redditor for sure. That's like we are getting, you know, I talked about the millennial ethno state. We have to be ever on our guard lest we fall into the Reddit ethno state. Ugh. Bro, I'd be pissed. That's just not easy to schedule around. It's fun. It would be really funny being like, dude, I mean, I was really inspired by the work of Charlie Kirk, and it was a huge tragedy. I know this is neither here nor there, but the guy who did it was also in my D&D group, and we were deep in a campaign, and we can't just plop someone else in. I know this isn't a big deal. I know this doesn't matter, but it was like, you know, like weeks of our life just completely gone, you know, like. He was our tank, dog. If it turns out one member of the Wonky Quartet, like, does a terrorist attack, we're just going to get Danny to replace them. Like, if it turns out one member of the Wonky Quartet, like, does some sort of political assassination and we have to replace Farfa, I mean, we'll just get Danny. I saw this as well. Yeah, this is unbelievable. Like, we're obviously it's going to be in Monday's Freaks. They're calling the Reddit CEO in to talk about radicalization. They're going to sit down and be like, so we're reading messages from r/fat people hate, and we're reading messages from the Steam CEO. What is Gaben going to say now that you're under oath? Is Half-Life 3 coming? Right? That's the question. That's such a Reddit joke to make, but it's also true. Gaben. Is Gaben on Ozempic, by the way? I saw a picture of him and I was like, what? No way. I was like, there's no shot. He looks like crazy good. He just lost the weight. It is no longer worth the wait. I don't know. Weird world we live in. I'm glad they're doing the video games that made him do it. Gonna ask the Reddit CEO about Sissy Hypno. Now, Mr. Reddit CEO, who's the current Reddit CEO? It's not Alex O'Houlihan or whoever, is it? I thought that guy married Serena and dipped. It's, Adolf Hitler. I'm pretty sure it's not him. I'm pretty sure it's actually not him. Spez? Is it actually Spez? Oh my god. Never mind. It might actually be Adolf Hitler. No, they're going to bring the Reddit guy in and they're going to be like, now, I'm noticing that, that many of the people in these subreddits seem to be going wild. Can you explain why there's so many feral subreddits? Gone Wild 2, Gone Wild Barely 18, Gone Wild Hairy Pussy, Gone Wild at Work. You should counter with r/the Donald. That shit was crazy. What were the worst subreddits of all time? Let me think. I'm just gonna Google worst subreddits of all time. Controversial Reddit communities. All right, what do we got? r/beating women. Redditors deserve less, man. Redditors deserve less. r/brain cells, which was the incel subreddit after r/incels was banned. r/Chapo Trap House. That one was bad because all of you were on it. The term chimpire refers to a collection of subreddits and affiliated websites that promoted racism. Oh! In July 2013, Reddit banned the subreddit r/N-words for engaging in vote manipulation. We will be banning r/N-words. Why? They were upvoting something on True Off My Chest. That's so good, dude. I love this. I love this. Oh, I can't say the names of any of these that are part of that. That's one that is literally a slur. That's a slur. Creep shots. A year after r/jailbait was closed, another subreddit called r/creepshots drew controversy for hosting sexualized images. I remember this. Wait. There was like Violent Acrez was like in a Gawker article. I remember this. Cringe Anarchy. That was r/cringe, but they made their own subreddit after the r/cringe people were like, we probably shouldn't just be roasting 11-year-olds. r/darknet markets. There was a brief period of time where you could literally just buy drugs through Reddit. You could go on Reddit and update something that was like, hey, I would like some ecstasy mailed to my house, please. r/deepfakes. Well, lost the war on that one. r/European. Yeah, I'd ban them too. Never mind. r/European was a white nationalist subreddit focused on European news. It was founded in 2013 after r/Europe banned hate speech. 17% of the sub's users openly identified as Nazis. The users subsequently migrated to r/the Donald, then to r/Mr. Trump following a dispute with the Donald's moderators. r/Ephilism was a subreddit centered around a philosophy of ephilism, life spelled backwards. Fucking Anti-life equation ass shit. A radical extension of antinatalism that views all life as inherently harmful due to the suffering embedded in biological existence. Members discuss topics such as the ethics of reproduction, ecological extinction, and pessimistic takes on consciousness. Wait, that's kind of cool. Why'd they ban that one? That's kind of cool. Oh, man. Fat people hate. I remember that one. On June 10th, 2019, Reddit banned 5 subreddits: r/fatpeoplehate, r/hamplanet r/neo slur, r/trans slur, and r/shit n-words say. This website is so good, dude. Oh my god. Oh, this one was a banger. r/find Boston bomber. The friend ones, yeah. r/gas the K slur. That's a good one. r/gender critical. r/guns for sale. Great. Incels, jailbait. MTGOW. No new normal. That's an anti-COVID one. That's a fun one. Pizzagate, QAnon. The Donald. The Fappening. I remember that one. r/true femcells. That's a fun one. Wait, Tumblr in Action got banned? In June 2022. Wow. You're about probably 10 years too late on that one, but sure. And Watch People Die. That fucking place rocks. Why isn't r/Master Duel on that list? That's so true. Wait, hold up. I'm looking at the ones that are still up. r/men's rights is still up. That's awesome. NoFap is still up. Red Pill is still up. Kotaku in Action is still up? What are they doing on Kotaku in Action? I'm heading there right now. Okay, here's their top post from today. Supreme Court axes DEI funding. What? Oh, this is actually just people reposting Grum's tweets. I see. They targeted gamers. Gamers. Man, I miss the heyday of Reddit. Sorry, let me rephrase that. I do not miss the heyday of Reddit. But like in 2013, 2014, it was crazy kind of watching in real time the internet transition from the way it was in like 2009 to the way it became in like 2018. And Reddit was the place where it was happening. Do you remember why they banned Chapo Trap House? I do not. Was it like they were openly calling for the death of some world leader or something? I remember I remember that the hosts of Chapo Trap House were like, "Can someone please ban our subreddit? We hate those people." Oh, it's because they wanted to ban the Donald and didn't want to look biased. honestly acceptable. You know, not a lot of good was happening on that Reddit. They expect one of us in the wreckage. Could you imagine if the Chapo Trap House subreddit was around when, like, the Virgil stuff came out? Man, it would have been really, really funny. We never got it. They kept making calls for violence. Yeah, that's like online, like, I identify as a dirtbag leftist type people's favorite thing to do. Just hop on and, like, type actionable shit. They're like, yeah, take that. I got him. Which is in a large part why... Dude, I miss him so bad. Can we get him on the pod? Yeah, if you're Virgil Texas's producer, let us know. We'll get him on the pod. It was so gritty coded. That is the perfect way to describe it. It was totally gritty coded. All right, well, you ready to watch some TV? Watch some TV together? Dude, someone told me we need to start watching like old episodes of like Gordon Ramsay shows. I love those shows. Hold up. But let's start by watching a little bit of an MTV Next.
I'll win because I worked at Hooters and now my Hooters work for me.
I'll just...
So, you know, we'll do a little bit of this as we ease in. Can we watch the Blackface show? No. Next was awesome. It was a show on MTV, and everyone was like the worst actor ever. And the goal was they would pull up in a bang bus with 5 men, and they would all have a date with a woman. And when the woman was done with them or like found them boring, she'd go next, and the next guy would come in, and it's so 2000s.
I'll win because I worked at Hooters and now my Hooters work for me.
I'll just go ahead and say it. Curvy girls make my junk twitch.
That's what I like to hear, baby. Wait, so this one, they're chasing after a boy. Here we go.
Out of my way, I'm up first.
Out of my way. What do you think she said? Okay, there's a tiger.
Not doing a very good job. Next!
Maybe you should learn how to tame that skunk on your head.
I'm taking craps that are less boring than that girl.
Do we have... Okay, next full episode. No! No! What is this on? Watch MTV Next. Available on Amazon Prime. Surely this is vaporware by now. Surely I can watch these.
If I like smokers or non-smokers, well, do you smoke?
Yeah, I actually do.
And I have to say next. I hope the only...
Oh, sorry. Also, they get money based on how long they stay in. So that guy stayed in for 27 seconds.
only thing smoking on this next date is his body.
Could have been Allison's husband. This, I'm going on the patch.
Justin's love of cigarettes made him a butthead. Eddie's up next.
How did it go, dude?
Oh, dude, you don't look so hot.
What happened?
She was gorgeous.
Hot, huh?
I'm heartbroken.
Really?
Eddie, you're up next.
He's such a good actor.
Boy! Bring it home, man. Come dead, man.
Boy.
I don't know. He's done.
I hope I'm man enough for her.
Three times a day. Those are rookie numbers. Also, Ryan Seacrest.
Hi there.
Hi.
You're Allison?
Yes.
Eddie, nice to meet you.
This guy's gay.
You too.
Oh, look what we have here.
This guy's gay.
Yes, are you hungry?
Oh, I can eat. I can always eat.
Oh, he's going to town.
So, what do you like to do?
Me personally, I love to shop.
Really?
They were like, just act as gay as possible.
I love going out and shopping.
I love coordinating outfits. Sorry, hurry to me. I'm talking with my mouth open.
That is okay.
I'm so sad right now. She was exactly what I would do if I built a woman.
He's like, it's really getting to him.
It's okay, bud. That's what, dude.
It's like she wasn't willing to compromise, you know? I'm sure there was things wrong with her that I would have compromised for. I don't understand that.
I like that guy in the pink who's like, dude, what the fuck?
I don't understand that.
It wasn't meant to be, man.
He's crying.
It's a big man to cry like that. You know, you gotta shows you have a big heart, very sensitive towards things like that. About Anji, the first guy.
He dissed my country music,
He dissed country completely.
and I love it.
I just got into country music about 3 months ago.
All right. This woman is not prepared for the strength of a true male manipulator. Show her what you got.
Cool, that's really cool.
Is it really
You
cool?
guys would not believe how much preparation I went into this. I coordinated all these outfits.
You know what, Eddie? That seems like a whole lot of effort to put into dressing for a straight guy. So what's the deal, man?
Eddie, are you gay? Oh, come on, Eddie.
I am not gay.
Eddie, come
I'm
on.
incredibly straight. You will never meet another man who is more comfortable with his sexuality or secure with his masculinity or lack thereof.
You're the gayest straight guy I've ever met.
Oh, well, thank you. I am incredibly happy, if I may say so myself.
The 2000s were crazy, dude.
And where are we going?
Well, I'm really into guys with good hygiene, so we're gonna take you to the dentist and see what you got in there.
The dentist. I can't wait.
What?
Okay.
Justin, I know you did get hurt a little. You know, what if he did take the girl? Like, wouldn't you be a little teed about that, or what?
I think that all the conversation we've been having today kind of made me realize that I was really idealizing the situation a lot. And I mean, I'm not worried about it, whatever.
I think we need a group hug. Can we get one? Group hug?
It's an order. Group hug. It's an order.
Guy in the
Come on,
camera.
guys. Come on, guys. Oh, yes. Yeah. That's it.
Well, I had a
guy's-
great time with you. You have a great smile, great team. You've been with me
They didn't show any of that.
for 56 minutes. You can either take the $56 or go on a second date.
Please take the money, dude. Please take the money. Holy, what if he was like, yeah, $50 is $50.
Exactly what I would do if I built a woman.
So I'm the outdoorsy type.
It's like she wasn't willing to compromise, you know. I'm sure there was things wrong with her that I would have compromised. Yeah.
I would love to go on a second date with you.
Ah! Take the money!
Today was better than group therapy.
You make me feel funny.
Ooh. Oh, what a good show. All right. So first and foremost, I want to watch the Farfa video. So Farfa like crashed out. Oh. And made a video that just has no rhyme or reason to it. He just uploaded it. So let's watch it and we'll react to it. And then Farfa can go, oh, I hate how this guy reacts to things. Oh, I hate that he pauses the video to give his take. Why doesn't he just let the video play all the way through? Why doesn't he shout over the video? Oh my freaking God. Why does he keep pressing pause on the video so he doesn't get DMCA'd? I just don't understand it. All right, here we go. Shouts out to Card Market. Card Market purchased and endorses everything in this video.
For the last 3 or 4 months now, Macedonia...
Okay, so first off, what do you mean for the last 3 or 4 months now? 3 or 4 months? Like, what?
has been consistently breaking records. And it isn't the type of record that you might be familiar with or possibly want to even celebrate in the first place. No, Macedo has been smashing the lowest concurrent player base it's had since its release 3 years ago.
Okay, a couple things here. I actually am familiar with this record. And second, it's been smashing them?
That is impressive to be dwindling at about 12,000 concurrent players now when we were averaging about 20,000 plus just last year. Can you believe and imagine that Snake Eye had more people playing the game than where the game is at today? Imagine that Snake Eye...
This is something that editors do that I'm always like, I wonder why they do it. Why does the card move around a little?
Had more people...
Dyer started making the card move around and she was like, you gotta trust me, the card's gotta move around. And I'm like, I really don't. Honestly, I don't think that the card should move around.
People playing the game than where the game is at today. This card right here is...
It's moving around. I mean, it's moving around.
Enough to make me just never want to play ranked again. Not even gonna bother whining about Maxi. We've done that 1,000 times. Just given up on the fact and gaslit myself into believing that'll never go away.
You're not gaslighting yourself, buddy. That's the truth of the matter. We are never getting rid of that fucking insect.
Animal rights activists, I'm sorry. I hope the bear gets rabies.
That's pretty mean, dude. Plus, there's an art of the card where the bear's not on it.
The fact that this and Baron and Maxi can all exist in a best of one environment with floodgates is so freaking miserable for the competitive aspect of this game. I don't even know where to begin. This is mostly like ranked complaining right now, and this is probably why the vast majority of my content for a long time now has primarily focused on making Yu-Gi-Oh good. And Yu-Gi-Oh is a great game when you don't have to deal with the current meta. That's
all right. I hate to be like this. Does anyone else find Farfa's shelves distracting? I can't be the only one. Why? What is going on over there on the bottom right? He's got like PSA 1. I don't know what that is. And then he's got like a bunch of bubble mailers that are in the process of falling over. Like, what the fuck? Pick them up! Pick them up!
That's not to say there's bad metas. My god, head on over to the TCG and it is night and day just how different our games are. Why do they get to have fun? Macedo's killing the TCG?
How did he
well,
get
here's
that?
A counterpoint.
Oh.
If that's so true, why is TCG so much better? And why is Macedo so garbage?
I mean, can you believe that TCG is being killed by Master Duel? While Master Duel is like this, it's like getting killed by like a baby. It's like losing to Yamcha.
I don't know if you can tell right now, but this video is completely unscripted and I have 3 bullet points right now. Ranked, make the game better. Don't know what I really meant by that.
I do really appreciate the Farfa videos where he's like, I'm just gonna yell. I got through 1/8 of the planning process for a video. Vlad, fix this for me, please.
It's true, though. And I guess we've got, like, slow card releases and game modes. Now, here's the thing. Everything that I've been feeling for the last, like, 4 months or so can easily be cancelled by a completely different card pool. For example, the TCG. That's not to say TCG doesn't currently have its problems, but Macedo is in such a miserable, unplayable state. Normally, my discussion-style videos tend to be scripted and very sort of nuanced and impartial and positives and negatives.
Do they? Do they? Usually my discussion videos are watching the MBT video and telling him he's wrong.
I don't care about that anymore. I'm so sick and tired of ranked Macedo. It is just miserable. I don't think I've tried to grind a ranked game all year, really, at this point. There is no possible way to...
I can't watch it like this. Just the constant zooms in and out. There's only one way I can consume a Farfa rant video.
Play an alternative format if you want to take a break and chill out with some Time Wizard, time travel, or something. I don't know. Thanks, America. And of course, the fact that there is an amazing format just waiting to be played, but probably 8 months from now, well, that doesn't give me much confidence either. That's really the biggest problem here, is like, we're going to be stuck in this current state before we get the Jush cards till early next year, minimum. Why is Apollosa still in the game in a best-of-1 environment? I hope that bear causes her to fall off and break her neck. I don't care anymore. I hope it gets rabies. I'm so sick and tired of the...
Sorry, did he already made this joke, right?
Bear causes her to fall off and break her neck. I don't care anymore. I hope it gets rabies.
Right? Am I crazy?
Done that 1,000 times. Just given up on the fact and gaslit myself into this, and Baron and Maxi can all exist in a best... Animal rights activists, I'm sorry, I hope the bear gets rabies. The fact crash, and then eventually when you do actually get to your turn, ending coin flippery bullshit in a best-of-1 environment. The game right now is in a state where you have to basically just play Malice or main Lancia, I mean, in a best-of-1 environment just to beat this deck. It is such a miserable experience. It is a no-joke 37-minute cutscene combo garbage piece of pile of trash. And then eventually, when you do actually get to your turn, they'll just drop multiple hand traps as well as the 5 disruptions they had on the field in the first place. It plays through multiple hand traps. It's very hard to stop. And it has access to some of the most broken cards ever made, like Apollosa. And they just got support! That's what I can't get out of my head. This deck has been buffed! I seriously hope by the time that this video gets posted that the post-Worlds ban list eventually drops and they completely slaughter this deck into oblivion. And it's just unplayable. I hate this game. Whew. So I've been trying to make the game fun and enjoyable by other means, like playing the sandbox versions of cubes and drafting and all of these low-powered formats that you guys are accustomed to.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. Master Duel, I mean, for all its faults, is a really beautiful piece of software, which makes it perfect for doing a bunch of limited series. You know, it's a vehicle by which Saga can be played. Like, that's its utility.
To wonky Cortec collabs and things like that. Playing a bunch of gimmicky, dumb, fun stuff is always like the best part of Yu-Gi-Oh! And the thing that I enjoy the most. Watching people play in actually a back and forth fair and balanced format using something like the Legacy Pack tournament that we did just recently. But I'm just really so sick and tired of ranked right now. But again, it's part and parcel and maybe something to do with modern Yu-Gi-Oh! That's a whole other different discussion. But like this exact specific meta on Macedo is just like unplayable. Because again, if you just like complete...
I mean, you know, obviously we'll just do it right now. Look at this, dude. Well, is there anything in Tier 2? No. How about in Tier 3? There's one deck at the very bottom of Tier 3, and it's the Mermaid Atlantean hand loop deck. Oh, but we have some that are trending. Gem Knights has a power of 1.
Completely shift the card pool away. I think the game would be good if you just bring in the TCG cards, for example. And I'm not in a minority for this. There is a real reason why this game is at its lowest ever player numbers. If that isn't like setting off warning bells for Konami, then I don't really know what could possibly help alleviate that. Maybe the numbers are good in terms of monetary gain, because here's the thing. They're making a bunch of all these like crazy bundles. You get these like artwork, you know, just basically generated in some sort of CAD software that a high school student could have done. And then they sell it for like 2,500 gems to get a bunch of random packs from some unplayable archetype like Witchcrafter. And then people, I guess, maybe spend their money to buy that. And then you've got this like whole most rare special vintage sort of artwork of Breaker. People are buying that. So I assume on the cosmetic side of things and the monetary gain of Macedon, it's probably in a good, healthy spot right now, which is dissatisfying for the average player who does want to play Macedon even semi-competitively, because if you play the game competitively and you do your dailies and you do your events, you probably don't need to spend that much money, if anything at all, to maintain a meta deck. Because now the incentive is that, oh, well, if we just keep making more cosmetics and putting more things in the shop, then the game will sustain itself, and we don't actually have to make any meaningful change to Macedon to make it more fun and enjoyable.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we're just discovering the concept of a whale, right? It's weird because this isn't like, this is also the case in TCG. Like, the people sustaining the TCG aren't the people who are, like, playing locals. They're people who are like, I'm going to buy a case to try and flip it. I want to build a collection.
Do you remember when the release of this game was like Virtual World VFD Turbo, Eldritch with Imperial Order and multiple rivalry goes in, or Drytron? That was the meta at the launch of Macedon, but nobody cared. Hundreds of thousands of people logged in to play that format. As miserable as it was.
Shouts out to Tri Brigade, basically saved Master Duel.
But that's because it was fresh, new, and interesting, and it was Macedon in its current shape and form, which was amazing and fun. 3 years ago. It's been 3 years. What has changed in Macedon in 3 years? There's no new game modes. There is no new solo modes. Meaningful gameplay changes to solo mode. There's new reskins of solo mode in the sense that you go through the exact same loop that you did 3 years ago. You read a dialogue, you do a practice tutorial game, and then you do a game against the bot. And that's it.
Okay, so like, yeah, this is I think it's hard to talk about this video in like terms of like what is its argument, right? Because it's not an argument. It's Farfa just basically going, I hate it, 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 I hate it for like 15 minutes, right? It's not like something you can meaningfully engage in any sort of like epic debate, right? But this is the closest the video comes to having like a coherent point, and I think it's totally right, which is why is the game still the way it is? You know, not to gas up a comparable Konami product because, you know, they all come from the same location. But if I go into Duel Links today, right, what's going on? Well, let's find out together. Here it is. Initiate link. I haven't played in a couple of days, so I imagine we'll see something interesting. All right. Go over to the right-hand side here, eventually. First, we have to get through all these dick-ass things. We have the KC Cup. KC Cup is a mechanism by which you can get to worlds or get points for it. There's Tour Guide Mission Bingo. You build specific decks in order to get rewards from the tour guide person. There are 2 different types of duels you can play in ranked mode, rush or speed. And this is over the past couple of days. After that, they had Duelist Road Fateful Synchro Dimension, where you could do a roulette wheel to do PvE turbo duels. They had Duel Capsule at the same time, where winning duels got you chances at rare cards. They had the Tiger event, in which you could get a new character by playing through a storyline that they wrote, where one of the characters from Sevens shows up. They had Wave Duel Scramble, where you could fight against multiple waves of duelists in order to get like rewards. So you wanted a sort of deck with a good matchup versus your opponents, because there were like attribute weaknesses, plus you have to have a longevity to be able to beat multiple waves. And then there was another bingo mission, right? Like, I don't know, like this is another product from Konami, and they, in the time that it's been since we started whining about this Master Duel thing like a month ago, they've had like 19 events that were all fun. Meanwhile, here's what happens if you load up Master Duel, right? We have well, We have duel. Let's go to duel. You can go into ranked. All right. Okay. I see. There is an event going on. There isn't always an event going on, but there is an event going on. Starting the 28th, in a week and change, you can play ranked. Okay. Well, if you don't want to play ranked, you can do casual, which is ranked. Or you can do team battle. Which you have to set up yourself. It's just ranked. I just don't... Well, you can do solo mode, which is 45 modes that follow the same structure. Scenario translated with AI. Practice. Duel. You won!
They keep talking about this whole AI amazing stuff that they're doing with like the learning from duels. They tried that commentary thing, and then eventually, by the way, they scrapped it completely because apparently it ended up stealing from other AI models or something. I can't remember the exact thing. Basically, they discontinued the AI commentary thing. It's like, oh no, AI has not been working out. It steals from others. Who could have seen that coming? They said and
I was shocked, personally. Honestly... Okay, I might be in the minority on this one, right? Like, I could be wrong, but, like, is it that big of a deal that AI steals? Like, he spent all that time with Playmaker. I think he deserves at least some sort of recompense. Folks,
for over a year now that they were going to implement a way to
that's a
duel
brains
against the AI.
reference.
Well, there's nothing even close to that right now for solo mode. There's no new game modes like Edison or the GOAT format, which they have done as duel trials multiple times here, but it's not like anything you can actually do outside of those 3-day windows that happened, what, twice last year? So there's no like ranked mode for that, which would be infinitely more interesting. There's no arena, there's no drafting, there's no tournament mode with duel rooms. They haven't done any changes to duel rooms in 3 years. Like, what is there to do?
I guess they gave us very short as a timer.
After 3 years in this game, other than just play ranked. Like, please, tell me. Like, I mean, I can tell you, I'm the content creator here. We've been doing a whole bunch of other things, but what does the average person get to do? Do you guys have like 3 or 4 friends that you can consistently draft and cube with? Maybe, I don't know, but for the average player base, I feel like this game is in trouble. Not everyone has access to a elaborate sort of website software that can like draft a bunch of cards for you and all that kind of stuff. And that's besides the point. Anyway,
I want to say today that is wrong. You do. It's YGOBRODECK.com.
I just want something here. Like, nothing is going on. I don't understand how so little has been changed in such a long amount of time, and I am reaching my breaking point because I want to play ranked. I have a competitive itch. I'm a competitive player at heart. I love grinding. I love playing the top tier best decks and having back and forth fun games. You just don't get that currently. Like, Malice is not a deck that offers that type of gameplay. Raizio is not a deck that really offers that type of gameplay, at least like when it's so dominated by Malice anyway. It really is just go fish, it feels like. I might just be an old man right now complaining about meta bad, but this is truly one of the worst metas I've played in. I just want to play TCG format.
It doesn't help that the metagame is so bad. And it also doesn't help that even if the metagame was good, it feels tired because we've done it in TCG and OCG already. Even if Malice and Raizio was the best meta in the history of time, which of course it is not, it would be so much more manageable if we hadn't already done it for 6 months. I thought Snake Eyes meta was fine, but doing another 6 months of it in Master Duel was like, oh my god. It felt like it wasn't, it felt like just a stupid epilogue to a thing that had already happened.
But online, basically. And these decks just can't come any faster. Even if you want to play for fun rogue decks and stuff, it's just that the problem is, like, Malice is so overpowering and basically beats, like, 99% of the card pool, even some floodgates. It's just a miserable experience. I'm not having fun with the ranked format right now. And again, all of this could essentially boil down to card pool bad. We just need new cards. We just need the new format to come in place. But I feel like there's just, like, a fundamental root issue here with cards like Apollosa being allowed to exist, with Maxi being in the game, with even just the concept of best of one.
I was always like, oh, I mean, I guess Maxi's in the game because it's the OCG, and the OCG has Maxi. They want there to be a little bit of crossover with respect to that. Okay, all right. Appo's in nothing.
But these are all problems and issues that we've talked about historically many times. I guess I'm just really feeling the burn right now because I'm just really struggling to enjoy ranked in any shape or form. I wish that like we could play like Orcus, the new stuff, the punk things, new Dragon Maids, Dracotail, Yummy, Vanquish Soul, K9. These are all like actually good, fun, interactive back and forth decks. Sometimes they have their issues and problems, don't get me wrong, but it's just everything compounds together. You have a combo deck like Malice, which is just like inherently is going to not be fun for player 2. And then on top of that, they have access to some of the best cards that they never had in the TCG. And they just got support. Like, what do you mean you gave this deck support? I'm trying to think of like the best ways to like fix this, and other than just like, you know, burn it down to the ground and start again, which is essentially what Justice Hunters did, that's kind of like where I'm at right now. I'm just gonna keep playing these dumb little fun game modes and watching silly replays, and hopefully that'll tide me through until the game gets fun and enjoyable again. I mean, you do probably recall like last year I'd make a couple of gameplay videos here and there. Like I made an Unchained video where I like did a serious deck profile and offered some gameplay, and it was like the master rank, and I was like actually playing against like competent players, and like that's super fun and enjoyable because that deck was interactive. Like you actually got to play against the person. They didn't just like negate bounce or disrupt everything you did. And it's just I'm just not having fun with how the current format is. And I might just be fixating too much on like the actual card pool here, but you can't deny that even the biggest fan of Malice has to admit that Malice is a deck that exacerbates every single negative aspect of the game. The long turns, the disruptions, the play on your turn type of thing. Maybe not the play on your turn too much, but just the...
I mean, okay, I'm going to say something that is very painful to say because I went to bat for it, but Ryziel is also a problem in Master Duel. The way that Ryziel has borne out in Master Duel is as annoying as it possibly could be. It'd be different if it was like the way people are playing Ryziel is like Fiendsmith or Mitsurugi, but we don't have the Mitsurugi cards. So the most common way people play this deck is they just make the Bagu end board. And you just have to like, okay, out my Baguska Star Liege. Like, I think that sucks shit. But it's best of one, so why not?
The amount of hand traps and stuff this deck can still play despite getting new support. Sorry, this has been very ranty. I don't really have much to really offer in way of solutions. And I just felt like I needed to get this off my chest because I really hate ranked right now. I don't know, maybe if you ban like 4 of the top decks right now, the game will be enjoyable. I'm really disappointed that nothing has been done to create alternative ways to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Outside of just current ranked advanced format. And I hope eventually something gets done about this. I don't know how much more of this I can take. I mean, I guess just have to deal with it because, like I said, like when is the Justice Hunter format going to come to Master Duel? It's literally like next year. Like, what are we going to do for 4 months? Spin wheels? All right, let me know what your current thoughts and experiences are on Master Duel. Am I just being an old doomsaying boomer at this point?
Well,
comment down below with some of your thoughts and prayers in the next one. Bye-bye.
Rough. Very rough one. But what do you want me to say, right? It's on point insofar as it is embarrassing that, like, in the years since Master Duel's release, oh, this just ends with like a bunch of Tan time, huh? Are there supposed to be videos on the left side? Anyway, it's just crazy that they have not improved any of the systems in meaningful ways. It just seems like at this point in Duel Links' lifespan, I mean, we're going on, what, year 4? That would have been 2021. They had 4 different worlds. They had implemented like a dozen QOL patches. They had a road to worlds. They had consistent events. Just crazy. Retro ladder any day. Yeah, fucking time travel at any point. Time travel, just a week away.
It is our first locals in about a month.
My Yu-Gi-Oh! Locals is in shambles. I don't know, man. Well, let's take a look at the other way to play Yu-Gi-Oh, the TCG. I want to take a look at some of the banlist reaction videos. All right. And when I say that, you know who I want to see. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Wait, where is he? I don't want to watch Jesse's. I don't think he plays TCG. I don't want to watch MST TV. Does he play Yu-Gi-Oh? I don't want to watch this guy's. I don't know who that is, but you know. I watch Simo's. The new ban list is here.
Welcome to the 2025. What month are we in? September ban list. We've been waiting for this ban list for a very long time, and ultimately we have been waiting for the reaction, because
that is so true.
That is what ban lists are all about. It's about reacting. It's not about playing the Yu-Gi-Oh card. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so it's been a long morning. I already tried to get the Joey shoes so I could be Joey Wheeler in real life. And of course, it's this whole like weird situation where you have to get in this queue. And of course, nobody actually gets the shoes that they actually want, even though they cost $210, which is an absolutely ridiculous price for shoes to begin with. And then you have to wait and then never get the thing that you want. So I've already had that happen this.
Dude, what are we talking about?
Morning.
This is already off to a banger ass start.
I didn't get the Joey shoes. I'm gonna have to pay $500 on stock.
He's still talking about the shoes
or eBay or whatever. And then, of course, I'm about to walk out the door. I'm literally leaving. I was leaving. I was bringing everything down to the car to leave. And then, of course, I see ban list stuff. So, ban list reaction. I couldn't leave the state before doing a ban list reaction because.
Do you know how much the Joey shoes are going for? $600.
This is the most important thing that I do. It's ban list reactions. I mean, it's not openings. It's not Master Duel. It's none of that. It's ban list reactions. That's why I'm here. It's the TCG. That is how I make my living. That's how I make the bread.
That's true.
The ban list.
That's literally true.
So here we go. Why does this ad blocker keep popping up? I don't know what's going on, but it doesn't matter. Okay, let's switch on over so you can actually see the screen, because that wouldn't be the first time that I've done that. I thought I had this set up. Oh wait, here we go. Turn that on, and yeah, this is live, by the way. You guys getting excited? That is the wrong.
Oh shit! Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Raid Shadow Legends.
That's the wrong one. How about that one? Okay, boom, live production, because otherwise we don't have time to get edited. It's live. It's right now. The ban list is out. You guys can play with this ban list. Well, actually, not yet. Not until September 15th. So you have 3 days. Start with the unlimits. I got a little tiny peek at this picture. So I saw a glow up bulb, which, I mean, glow up bulb came out like 25 years ago. So what, is there a really big deal? Masterpiece, the Drew Draco Slaying King. They already like unbanned this guy, and then they moved him to 2 and yada, yada, yada. It's Masterpiece.
He's actually killing it so far. Honestly, he's actually killing it so far.
He's in a really old deck. Yeah, sure, he's a great card. He's really cool. He has 2950, so he loses to Blue Eyes. So.
That's also correct. Yep.
I mean, come on. And that's, you know, half the time. All right, Morphing Jar. We finally have a Duel Monsters card.
He's like, thank God I know this one.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, since we're, you know, let's get a little crazy. That didn't work. Let's just get a little crazy here since it's on Twitter. Morphing Jar has finally returned. Is anyone going to be playing Empty Jar? I don't know. Is anyone going to try to Cyber Jar, Morphing Jar? Because Cyber Jar is at what, 2 or something like that? I don't know. So Morphing Jar is back. You get your TP2 Morphing Jars, get your Jinzo Jars.
Okay, he knows an expensive card. Morphing Jar is an expensive TP.
Probably going to win the YCS, and then next year probably going to win that. So
probably.
Yeah, very amazing. Phantom Sky Blaster, cool. Legendary Collection GX, Secret Rare.
He knows ball when it comes to rarities.
Very nice. Snake Eye Ash. About time. I mean, come on, Snake Eye. Yeah. Seriously? People are still playing that?
Yeah.
That's not even good in Master Duel anymore.
Now, wait, he's right.
Snake Eye Ash, Snake Eye
he
Poplar.
knows.
Yeah, okay. So Snake Eye, not that relevant, because guess what? The new and improved cards, like the Blue Eyes deck, I mean, just dominates this deck, right?
That's
Obviously.
true. That's
Blue
definitely
Eyes,
true.
Blue Eyes and that other thing, the Primites. Yeah.
Yeah.
Way better. Okay,
oh, yeah.
No, but seriously, let's keep going. Dragonic Diagram. So that and Masterpiece are back. So there you go, Draco fans. All right, very cool. Lightning Storm. I didn't even realize this was limited.
It wasn't.
War
It was
Breakers, I guess they're pretty good. This thing now has 9,000 prints, so you're going to be able to get all 3 of yours for about 50 cents each. So that's good
That
news.
is
If you
true,
want to have
yeah.
3 Lightning Storms, it's not going to cost you an arm and leg anymore. It's going to cost you nothing because of Rarity Collection 25. Zodiac Barrage. Zodiac. Wow, that is an old deck. That's actually that relevant, huh? Zodiacing. Okay, yeah, I love that. Love that card. Love everything about it. Yep. No, I don't. No. Okay, next, semi-limited branded fusion. That's the only thing. Wait. Branded fusion? I thought branded was trash. Sorry, branded fans. Yeah. This is
well, they're bringing it back.
Branded
so,
fusion.
yeah.
Here's why this is relevant. Okay, this either went from 3 to 2, and that's because it was too powerful, or it went from 1 to 2.
He's like hedging his bets here
because it wasn't powerful enough. Okay.
Yep, that's
Let's
true.
Let's go to the limited cards. Here's where it gets serious. All right, Ryziel. Okay, Ryziel, new popular yada yada deck. Very cool. Very awesome.
Oh yeah.
Very powerful. So that's why that's
very powerful.
Yeah. Malice Dormouse. Look. Half these cards, I'm pretty sure, were in the Megatins. They're like, all right, time to check these off. Let's get these limited now. Now that we've reprinted
these
them.
These were not in the Megatins.
Some people bought the Megatins. Not that many people bought the Megatins. So let's get these out. Malice, goodbye. We got all the new cool stuff coming out in Doom and Dimension and whatever that next set's called. It's like something.
Oh, were they actually
Avengers or something? Phantom Avengers. Yeah, we got to get all this crap out of here. Now that all the old stuff. Goodbye. We reprinted you. You can go. Vanquish Soul. Same thing. It's like, yeah, we got some value out of you. It's time to limit you. Lacrima. This was banned, I think. So this is actually. Here's the problem. First of all, I'm a ban list expert, so don't.
Yeah, that's
too
true.
Crazy.
That is correct.
There's 2 ban lists. There's Master Duel and there's the TCG. So wow, they're really trying to confuse me here. But Lacrima, this can come back now because of the new time rules.
Oh my God! Wait, he actually. Wait, he's spinning. Wait, he's correct.
The match ends.
He's literally correct.
You can't just get to that last part and then, well, all right, we're in extra time. Whoever gets the first damage wins. And you Lacrima, guess what? It can come back now because that can't really happen as
He's
easily.
actually right. Wow, he knows ball.
I see what you're doing, Konami. I see what you're doing. And Link Karibo. It's about time. Link Karibo returns from the depths of destruction. The legend. He is finally here. A level 1 Link 1 has finally returned to the field, and he can be summoned, and he can, when you declare an attack, make the attack damage 0, and then he can tribute it, or he can tribute a level 1 to come back from the graveyard, and he can do it all over again.
He can.
Wow, that's amazing.
He can do it all over again. Do it 15
sorceress.
times all over again.
You're gonna summon this sorceress? Yeah, you are. Okay, Herald of the Arclight.
Summon sorceress? You gonna summon this sorceress?
In
yeah, you are.
2025?
Moving on.
Kind of crazy. It almost feels like the Duelist Genesis is just released. Herald of the Arclight, limited to 1. Just such an amazing card. Wow, it's Herald, it's Arcan.
Yeah.
Zodiac drop. Wow, why are these Zodiac cards banned? Or like
good
even
question
on here? The Xyz are just running rampant, huh? The Zodiac Trident.
Oh, he
I
thinks
remember
it
the
was
good
a
old
3.
days when it was like Zodiac thing, attack directly, then put on Zeus on top of them.
That's the good old days
materials,
to Ruxin.
blow up everything.
Ruxin's
then
good old days is
blow
Borbo.
up everything again because you got 4 materials. Yeah, good times. Crystron Inclusion. I'm including this in my video, Crystron Inclusion.
He does not know what this card is. He does not know what this card is.
But I have never heard of this card in my life, except for that time when I heard of it. Obedient School. Now this has like the big the behemoth, the king of all animals on there. What?
Nope, it's Fabled Cerberell, right? Yeah.
You guys like my reaction?
Whatever his name is. I just recently, actually, I was supposed to post this today, my Wheeled Anime video with Doug Dizif, King of Wheels, where I played as, come on, Jaden, I totally like, totally licious.
What is he talking about? Is this his Chumley?
Come on, Jaden, I totally like, totally licious, man. I gotta summon my big koala. I can't remember exactly. Something like that. It's kind of how his voice goes.
I'm totally licious, man. Let me actually, is that correct? I don't know what Chumley really sounds like. Is he always saying shit like that? Oh, that's okay. Yeah, no.
every card in your hand, Koala hits you for 400 points.
That's pretty close.
And now that reminds me of all the cards I was looking at doing that episode yesterday. So that's going to come out tomorrow. Sorry, Banlist ruined that for all you Wheeled Anime fans. But Obedience Schooled, very cool. Stake your soul. I don't think I will, actually. You know? With my record in dueling, I think it'd probably be a bad idea to stake my soul. I'm not going to lie. If I had the Joey Wheeler shoes, though, and I had that luck, Nike, I'm talking to you. If I had those Joey Wheeler shoes, I could probably stake my soul. But guess what? You got a stupid drop that I entered in the first 10 seconds, and guess what? I still didn't get nothing. I didn't get nothing. I didn't get the drop, okay? I'm annoyed with Nike, Nike. Don't even think about trying to sponsor me, okay? I know you wanted to, Nike. Solemn Judgment. Judgment at 1?
Cardi knows.
Whoa. Solemn Judgment. Wow. It's crazy how 2002 staple. That thing has lasted until 2025. It's still on the ban list. That shows you just how good that card was. Pay half your life points. At the time, you're like, 4,000 life points? That's insane. There's no way I'm going to do that. It's still good in 23 years. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how good it is. All right, the forbidden cards. Here's where it gets serious. Here's where it gets serious, everybody. Everybody ready? Drum roll, please.
Yeah, here we go.
I got to go to Atlanta Collecticon, so we got to hurry up. What's it going to be? Who got banned? Is it... We didn't get Pot of Greed back. Maybe next time. 4 cards. Moon of the Closed Heaven. Okay, wait. Interesting, because we did a lot with that Snake Eye stuff, unbanning stuff, and they're like, Moon, yeah, you're going to... I guess that's Fiendsmith's and Snake Eye. That's irrelevant.
Yeah.
These
Okay.
days. Okay.
Well,
Splash
sort of.
Mage. The Mage be splashing. Link
That is
2.
true.
Very
true.
powerful card. That's why it's banned. That's why he had to ban it.
No, that's
A
true.
little too powerful because it's splashing. It's maging. King of the Feral Imps. Really? This card again? King of the Feral Imps? Yugi? Yugi was that powerful. He was ahead of his time. Now we're banning King of the Feral Imps. In Yugi's day, he was just playing Feral Imps.
Oh, okay, okay.
His Feral Imp had a horn, and it was a normal 1300 attack monster, okay?
That's true.
And
That's
he
true.
was straight up using it. He could use as many as he wanted. He didn't have it on the ban list. Another instance of Yugi cheating back in the ass. Crazy. All right, number 67, Paradise Smasher. Okay, I got beef with this. I pulled 2 of these suckers in Collector Rare, and they were worth less. They were worth like $7. I don't know.
He is right. The Paradise Smasher CR. Let me see if I can find it. Number 67. It is a $2.50 collector's rare.
I don't know if I even sold them for $7. And it's forbidden? It was that good of a card and I couldn't sell it for $7? What is happening? Justice Hunters. I thought I pulled a crappy card because it was like $30 on pre-release and I put it on $30 and then when it first came out and then bam, it was down to $7. I'm like, this card must be horrible. Well, apparently not. It's forbidden. Are you serious? Once returned during your main phase, you can detach 2 materials from this card. Each player rolls a 6-sided die twice. The player with the higher total cannot activate monster effects or declare an attack until the end of the turn. Speaking of Joey Wheeler, it all comes full circle. If I had the shoes and I had Paradise Smasher, I would never lose a duel. I could stake my soul. I could throw out King of the Feral Imps, or just regular Feral Imps like Yugi. This is insane. Once per turn, if either player rolls a 6-sided die, I can't read that says because it says example above it. While this card is material, you can treat one of the results as 7. Whoa, that's crazy. Okay, so it's kind of random, but I guess if you have a card that like makes it work every time, then you literally turn off all effects, which is yeah, that's good. That's really good if you can't use effects in Yu-Gi-Oh! 2025. Absolutely insane ban list. Crazy stuff. Let's see what the comments had to say. Triff said, "Hi, did you forget a link to with 1800 attack by chance?" No, they didn't. They didn't forget anything. It's on here. They would have shown us. If they
Thanks for the insight, Ruxin.
Then we would know, right?
Yeah,
okay,
that is true.
Dying for the sins of K9. There's not a single K9 card on here. They're probably
That's actually also true.
is, but they don't say K9. Okay. Branded Fusion to 2. Let's go. Okay, I just figured out Branded Fusion went from 1 to 2.
Yeah, I was going to say, now he knows where it came
okay,
from.
Cool. Yeah, there's the list. I think that's I think we had a very powerful analysis there. I think this is going to shape how you guys duel in the future.
Oh,
of
yeah.
the meta.
Oh,
Good
for
luck
sure.
on all your future YCSs, your regionals, your locals, and of course Nats and Worlds next year. Because everything I said right here is going to be the origin of how you win. So you're going to start here, and it just like grows, and it becomes. Oh yeah, it all started at that point in the what do they call it, the multiverse? You know, all of the universes collided at this point right here. And all these times, like you losing at your locals, your X2 you drop, your X3 at regional. Oh, they changed the time rules. All that stuff is all in these different time paths, and they're all colliding into one moment. Was when you watch this video and you become a great duelist in the future, and you win everything. You win YCS, you top 8 because that's the only top cut there is anymore. And then you go all the way to the championship, and you become the next Jesse Cotton. You're welcome. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I'll see you guys. Oh, subscribe next time. Peace.
Good. Really good. Fantastic. Oh, Peeps has one. Oh, he didn't make one. Never mind. I guess he didn't make one. Oh, yes, he did.
So
25 minutes? I don't have that kind of time. I don't have that kind of time.
For some reason or another, and who knows, maybe there's some fun stuff on this list. Fun fact, I was going on the Konami website to find the list. In true form, they haven't updated it on their actual fucking website yet, thanks. So we get their fucking Twitter post, and that kind of ruins the fun because there's it's not as like revealing this way. So it is what it is. Let's go ahead and get right into it because we already got a obvious one here, and I also started like recording thinking it was the list, and I'm like, wait a minute, I swore they hit these cards last list. Turns out because it was the old fucking list. Anyway, so here's our band.
Okay, so Alex also does not play TCG.
Bands. We have our bands all out here immediately. We have Moon of the Closed Heaven, we have Splash Mage, we have King of the Fairlimps, and of course, we have our card here, the Paradise Smasher. I am so happy Moon of the Closed Heaven is banned because every fucking deck that can just make this card has access to full Fiendsmith combo, and I think that is fucking stupid, especially because it is just like so easy to play through shit when you know you can just keep 2 monsters on the board and make Moon, and then it's just like, oh, now I have full combo like in another axis. Like, it's just fucking dumb. Like, I'm so happy that they banned this card. Splash Mage is a big one for like Malice. Splash Mage is an incredibly strong card. It's funny because like they're obviously not going to go after like the Malice cards because they're like too new, so they're like, okay, what other cards can we hit around Malice because we need to keep selling
He doesn't know.
Malice. And Splash Mage is obviously one of like the collateral damage hits here. I think Splash Mage is pretty good for what it's worth, but like it's kind of like the choke point of the combo in a lot of ways too, because like with Malice, you don't really go after the monsters, you go after their links, and that's like sort of like their choke point. So like banning Splash Mage, that was just like a free material for
I don't think that's true, but you know, who knows?
them.
Maybe
So,
it is true.
Like I said, I feel like this is collateral damage because they can't like hit Malice. Like they might have limited stuff, but they're not gonna like ban it outright. So I think it's a good hit though. I mean, at least it just like makes it way less recursive in a lot of ways. King of the Fairlimps is banned. That is interesting. And then Paradise Smasher. Smasher is a card that a lot of people just want to ban because it's a turn skip, right? It's fucking stupid. And this was a card that you read it and there's like, okay, at one point there's going to be a deck that Paradise Smasher is like going to be broken. And of course, then they release like K9 and then of course it's broken, right? So it was only like a matter of time until someone figured out a degenerate way to like abuse this card. And I'm glad they hit this because I think this was like a card that for the most part, if you talk about people about the current format in Yu-Gi-Oh, a lot of people have actually been enjoying the game. And so this was like one of the few cards that like people all collectively agreed was fucking dumb and needed to get hit. And in actual form, Konami hit it. So good for them. King of the Fairlimps, I have zero idea why they hit this, to be honest with you, because again, I've been out of modern Yu-Gi-Oh! If there's some like crazy combo, please let me know in the comments, because again, this is just one I have no idea why they hit. Granted, it can search any reptile in the game. That's pretty fucking good. It's not like it's level restricted or anything. It's not like a once per turn per copy, so like you can make multiple. I'm sure there's some like degenerate reason they banned this card, but like I'm just out of the loop that I just don't know why they hit it. So if anyone wants to tell me in the comments, I would appreciate it, because I'm not afraid to say that I don't know. Anyway, limits. Holy fuck, that's a lot of limitations. Okay, well,
he's like, all right, I literally have no idea.
See, I was right. They did limit.
I don't know what a Mitsurugi is. Fuck it.
Malice, but they're not going to just ban it outright, right? You know, they still need to like sell their cards. Anyway, so we have X Ryziel, Malice. I'm gonna try to not read what's below and try to just like go one at a time. So Ryziel got another hit. I believe last list they like semi-limited a bunch of the Ryziels, and now we've limited one. Again, we're kind of like just, you know, we can't ban these cards outright, so we're gonna like, you know, try to just restrict them as best we can. Maybe we'll ban them like next list or something like that. But makes sense, just like reducing Ryziel's consistency because the deck is just so fucking consistent. You know, if you have less names, then there's like a less likelihood that that's the case. Sure, Dormouse makes sense. This is the best opener for Malice that you could possibly have, and so now like you can obviously still get it like from the deck, but now you only have one copy. So now if you're gonna like do anything like Allure of Darkness or like Gold Sark or anything like that, at least you only have the one. So it makes like the follow up a lot less punishing in that case. So I think it's definitely a consistency hit for sure, but the deck still has the ability to do all of its stuff until we see, you know, other shit, right? Obviously, I haven't gotten down lower here. Vanquish Soul, Razen. Okay, makes sense because K9 Vanquish Soul is
Razen!
So again, just kind of a consistency hit.
Like
it's funny
for a
we're
bow?
not because it's way too new, but hitting like
His name
Razen
is
because, you know, Vanquish Soul's pretty
Raisin.
old at this point makes sense. Lacrima, didn't they ban Lacrima? I think, but I mean, if Moon is gone, then, like, it doesn't
it's
matter because now not every deck just has access to Fiendsmith combo, so like makes sense. Link Haribo's back, which is very funny. They hit this because of Snake Eyes format specifically, and it's funny because now that like Snake Eyes Eyes isn't really a deck. Like, yeah, you can still play it, but it's not nearly like, it wasn't like the fucking powerhouse it was, a couple years back. With that deck sort of gone, like Link Rebo's back, I think it's probably fine. Like, people are only playing one copy of this anyway, to be honest. So the limitation here doesn't really matter. They could have put it to 3 and people probably still just play the 1. It's a very annoying card in the sense that, like, it can dodge effects and, like, do a lot of really powerful things. But, if there isn't really, like, a level 1 deck right now that, like, just can abuse it like Snake Eyes could, like, it's probably fine to come back. Summon Sorceress is also coming back here. This makes sense because I believe it has its errata at this point, so it's not nearly as broken as it used to be. I don't think, like, maybe some decks could take advantage of it, but it's not nearly, like, the powerhouse it used to be. So, like, this is probably fine. I wouldn't be surprised if she goes to, like, fucking 3 next list because no one's going to play her.
Yes.
Herald of the Arclight going to 1 as well is kind of interesting. I feel like the decks that play Herald were already playing one of this card anyway. Like, yeah, sure, like if you're playing like a ritual deck, you might play more of it because you can like send it off like, different cards, but like this is an interesting one. I feel like this limitation doesn't really do anything, but maybe I'm mistaken. It's hard for me to say because, like I said, I'm not like super well versed with what's going on in the format currently. But I feel like this card being at 1 doesn't really change much. I feel like most decks just play one of it anyway, unless you're like specifically like a ritual deck and you can send it off of like extra Foolish Burial or like random
he doesn't know.
Shit like that, like that's like the only other thing I can think of. Drident is back. Drident got banned and then unbanned and then rebanned, and then it looks like Drident is back once again. Zoo lovers rejoice. One Drident is still pretty damn good. I'm not sure if we're going to be seeing like Zoo make this massive resurgence or anything, but Drident's back. Cool, sick. Crystron Inclusion. I know that like Crystron K9 is also a deck, but I'm not sure if that is like a hit that actually matters. But I think that deck is pretty good. Obedient Schooled is another pretty strong one. I feel like Obedient School is another card in the category similar to Paradise Smasher, where in old Yu-Gi-Oh, you were kind of like limited on how much you could do with Obedient School, right? Because people,
that card was always crazy strong.
That was like really the only deck that would. But now we're at the point where there are decks that can take advantage of a card like this and do way more compared to what you could do like 10 years ago with a card like this, because it gives you 3 bodies, right? Like it's crazy. So like I can understand why they would limit this card. I feel like limitations are so weird sometimes though, because then it just feels like your opponent sacked you because it's like, oh, I opened the 14% one of that's gonna like play through everything or just like give me an insane starting setup. And so I feel like limitations are always like walking this fine line between the binary world of like they should just ban it because it's like too good, or they should unlimit it because like it feels like less sacky if you only have one of it, right? It's like a weird like philosophy thing, but interesting. Stake Your Soul makes sense because again, Vanquish Soul being like one of the best decks, and not too surprising. And then Solemn Judgment. This is really interesting. Like Solemn has gone all over the fucking ban list throughout its history, and now we're putting it back to 1. I actually don't hate this because Solemn Judgment's role at this point has basically become play Solemn Judgment in the side deck, and then when you know you're going first in games 2 or 3, you bring in Solemn Judgment and you basically just use Solemn Judgment to like ensure your opponent just like can't play the game. And at 3, like if you're opening multiple copies and you do a setup, and even if your opponent interrupts you, as long as you end on like a half decent board, if you back that up with like a couple Solemn Judgments, like you literally just blank 2 cards that your opponent has, and typically it's the best 2 cards that they have. Like you're going to be stopping the board breakers, right? You're going to be stopping like the most powerful cards that they have, like triple tack and like things like that, to be able to actually fight back, evenly matched, like just anything like that, And so the fact that Judgment just blanks those essentially, depending on like what other deck you're playing or anything like that.
Okay.
Discussion boarding has just become, at least in Yu-Gi-Oh, sideboarding for the most part, cards that have been hit historically. So like if you're first blow your pack, choose to just whether you're going silver bullet, when the game was on because the main limited overall, but it is what it is. All right. Next up, semi-limited. This is so fucking funny to me. 1 card. I will say I'm a fan of this because I hate the semi-limited list. I think it is the dumbest fucking concept, period. Some people might argue, oh, from like a consistency perspective, like cards like, Mali or Rapier or whatever, like deserve to be here. I just think keep it at 3 or 1. Like, I don't think the semi-limited list really does anything for the most part. Simply just like a
semi-limited abolition.
I do like cards, excuse me. They're like, we don't want to put this to 3 yet, so let's put it to semi-limited first. And then they always typically next list put it to 3 because like it doesn't do anything. Branded Fusion, I believe, was limited, and so now it's going to semi, but I could be thinking of Master Duel where it's limited because we have fucking 3 different formats, and it just confuses the shit out of me.
It's not limited
so this either went from 3 to 2 or 1 to 2. I'm pretty sure it went from 1 to 2. Branded has not particularly been like a deck that's been at the forefront of the metagame, although you can still play it, and especially if you're on Master Duel, you will still see it plenty. But this is like Branded Fusion's an insane card, so like there's some ulterior limits. Holy crap, there is a lot of them. Okay, so we have Glow Up Bulb. Wasn't Glow Up Bulb banned?
Yeah.
Or was it at 1?
I think it was.
I can't even
1.
remember. Like I remember they banned Bulb because in Link format, like they were just banning like everything that was like a Hulk target back in the day. So like Bulb was kind of like the collateral damage there. So it's been so long, I don't even remember. I think it's been banned this whole time, and they just straight up put it to 3. That's really interesting. Like I feel like there is actually decks that could play Glow Up, especially because Link Karibo's legal again, right? Like there is an argument that you could play Glow Up Bulb.
And Link Karibo's back.
Masterpiece is legal. That is like not a surprise. I think the OCG. Wait, did they? Wasn't it unbanned last list? Or am I crazy? Oh no, it went to
3.
That's because if we're looking at this game on fucking fundamentally fucked up card, and I just don't think it should exist, even if it's not played today. I just think like why would we want this type of card in the game? So that is what it is. Morphing Jar. Who the fuck's playing Morphing Jar in 2025? Like I know there's degenerate stuff you can do with it. Like back in old Link format.
Let's watch that Gauge one. How do I do the Gauge one? I have to go to Nim Nim. right? That's the only way I can do it.
Is actually quite good. Like Striker Trickstar played this card because it was just free link material, because if you went like Hornet Drones to get a monster, and then you could like Sky Blaster, and because you control another monster, you make 2 tokens, so you have like 4 link worth of material. It's just kind of a dated card. There's an argument that it could potentially see play, but like I think it's just too slow with how fast Yu-Gi-Oh has gotten, because this card was limited / banned back in limited. I don't think it ever got banned. This card was limited back in 2017, 2018. So we're talking about like a 7-year-old. I mean, it was obviously printed before that, but it wasn't really good back in the day. So we're talking about a card that hasn't really seen play in 7 years. I don't, like, it's a good card, don't get me wrong, but I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just like far eclipsed what Phantom Sky Blaster's purpose is. Ash and Poplar are at 3 again. So I said what I said about Link Rebo not knowing that Ash and Poplar are back at 3. That's interesting. I think we still have things that are hit, because isn't the dragon still banned? I think it is. I think they banned the dragon. I can't remember its name. But if the dragon is still banned, I don't think this is that concerning. Maybe there's a way to make this work, but I don't think so. Diagram going to 3 is like in the same vein as Masterpiece. Like, who gives a shit? I'm kind of surprised that card was still like on the list at all. Lightning Storm going to 3, another one that's kind of gone all over the place. Fine, it's another board breaker. Like, we have Raigeki at 3, so like if you're gonna like go board wipe, like Raigeki's arguably better, but Lightning Storm has the modality.
What
which is,
does
like,
anyone
lights,
know what
it has
gauge
purpose,
stream
so,
it was on?
You know, it's kind of going back to the argument with the side decking. Like, people just side deck Lightning Storm to blow out their opponent, either with like the front row with monsters or back row if they're a back row deck. So like, you know, whatever. But we have Duster and Heavy Storm and Raigeki at 3, so like, why not just put Lightning Storm at 3 too at that point, right? We just have all the board like breaking shit just being at max capacity, and then Barrage going to 3. That is actually very interesting for Zoo. I still think Zoo is not going to make this like crazy resurgence or anything. However, having 3 Barrage is at least like a tool that it could use potentially.
Barfa
but
literally
I think it's just past its
lied.
prime. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh's just gotten so crazy now that
I
I don't
got.
think you're going to be doing like, you know, Zeus pass or like Trident pass most of the time. Like, yeah, like there's a bit more nuance to Zoo than that, but I think it's kind of past its prime. But who knows? I could be wrong. So that is it. Overall, this is a huge list. We have 4.
Oh man. Let's check out Danny. He did not upload one. Wait, is it on Luke Von Karma Adventures? No, that's just MasterChef. 12K on him reacting to MasterChef? That's nuts. He did it yesterday? Wait, what the fuck? Why'd he do it yesterday? You could do mine. I'm good. I'm all right. There's no fun in doing the Peeps one because he's going to actually know what's going on. But we could check it out.
So we're going to start with the boring stuff, but I want to at least talk about it. Okay, the Unlimiteds. So Glow Up Bulb Unlimited, cool. I guess that's fine, right? I don't anticipate any big issues with Glow Up Bulb being at 3. I guess it's pretty cool for like the Synchro decks, plus it has that nil effect, which is pretty neat. Masterpiece at 3 is fine, it doesn't matter. It was arguable if you even, like how many we even played in True Draco, so who cares?
2.
Morphing Jar at 3, whatever. Phantom Sky Blaster, I called that this could, I think like a couple lists ago, I talked about this on stream, that doesn't matter at all. Like the link climbing cards are just getting worse and worse because archetypes are just so strong now. Anyway, Snake Eye Ash and Snake Eye Poplar at 3, I actually really like this. I think this is really cool. The Snake Eye cards without original Sinful Spoils are huge. I think that's awesome. I think this deck is actually I think the deck is really neat without original Sinful Spoils. So these cards at 3, totally fine. I think Snake Eye as like a Promethean Princess control link strategy is really cool. I like that these are bad. Diagram at 3 might have some implications. There's really good stuff that like really neat stuff you can do with this card. I think like the True Draco support, this one felt obvious, right? We knew they were printing True Draco support in the future, but it's important
the
for
True
like,
Draco
Dinosaur,
support, by the way,
right?
is not
Dinosaur
great.
Really
We'll make a TMT on it, but it doesn't do a whole lot.
Pop, like Baby Ceresaurus in hand like that matters.
It makes it more
1 and 3
consistent.
really is a big deal for something like that. And we still have terraforming, we still have set rotation. So I'm not saying Dino is going to be like a huge deck or anything. I just think it is
the continuous spell is the good one.
It's going to help a lot. Lightning Storm at 3, thank you. This card being at 2 was the dumbest thing in the world. I hated that this card was
I don't
at
know
2.
why
Lightning
they
Storm
had
at
it
3 is
at
so
2.
much better, and this is absolutely the better direction than Heavy Storm. I really did not want them to bring Heavy Storm back because it's just another activatable, huge like back row sweep card. And the fact that Lightning Storm is a once per turn is a big deal, and it just makes sense for it to be at 3. I really like that this is at 3. Also, Barrage is at 3. If they brought Trident back to this list, I don't know what to say. Maybe they did, but I don't know. This is the first thing I've seen from it, so it probably means nothing, but whatever, you know. Okay. Lol. All right. I mean, they're gonna peel this card off the list, and it's probably fine for them to do so. They got more branded support coming out, so
He said,
you know,
peel
branded
this
W,
card off
I
the
guess.
list.
Here you
That's
go.
a cool way to
Branded it
describe
too.
it.
Sure. Like what?
It's like peeling
I'm sure
back
there's
your
like, okay, what are
foreskin.
the implications for this? It means that like the things that search branded fusion, you might not want to hit those anymore with imperms and veilers. Whatever. Who cares? You got 2 branded fusion. Whatever. Oh.
We were all thinking it. You didn't have to say it. Okay, sure.
Okay. Okay, let's discuss some of this.
X to the everything, Ryziel.
At 1, phenomenal. This card was way too good. Even to this day, this
it
card
is
is still
crazy
insane.
strong.
X Ryziel
It's so
is
good.
so strong, and the Mitsu Ryziel deck was on the rise back in the format. People were starting to play that deck again because
they were
Droll
poor.
kind of not being in the metagame.
Because they're
and
poor.
It was on the up creep. And personally, look, they're gonna hate me for saying it, but I think like the 2024 decks and the early 2025 decks, the way that they evolved was not healthy for the game.
Yeah,
I
no
think
duh.
Mitsu Ryziel was too annoying of a combo deck, and I think hits to Ryziel and, of course, we'll get to Dormouse, hits to Malice, still very warranted. Still very warranted. These decks were still very strong in a very frustrating way. Okay, let's talk about Rosin. I get it.
He says Rosin too.
I get it. I get it. I'm frustrated by it. I'm frustrated by it. Am I, though? I don't know. Like, Canine Vanquish Soul did create some frustrating game states. Like, I just gotta be honest. That deck really could set up a crazy board. Oh, man. You know what? I gotta be honest. I'm a little bit biased. The boards that Canine Vanquish Soul could make when they saw their Vanquish Soul heavy hands was really strong and pretty frustrating. Canine Vanquish Soul is a very variance-heavy deck where it's like some games it's like they do nothing, and other games they just see this god hand where they blow you out of the water and they play on your turn. Like, I don't know. Vanquish Soul can.
And the difference between those two is if they see the Vanquish Soul cards or not. Like, if they only see the Canines, they do nothing. If they see the Vanquish Soul cards, they do everything.
Do a lot on your first turn. And I get that I like turn 0 gameplay, but there were times where it felt very, very frustrating. But that was good sometimes, but other times it was like, oh my god, this deck feels like an insurmountable force. Like, I kind of get it. I get why they limited Rosin. This card was really, really frustratingly strong. Lacrima's back. Makes sense. They fixed the time rules. Link Haribo. I've sort of always had the take that Link Haribo was only good in the context of Snake Eye being insane. Link Haribo was an ancillary hit to try and weaken the Snake Eye cards without actually hitting them. Link Haribo's fine. Sorry, Link Haribo's totally okay. And it is a yummy ghoul buff. I am biased. I don't care. I get Link Haribo back! Woohoo!
It's a huge yummy
I love
ghoul
Link
buff.
Haribo!
Right?
Dinos
It's
get their
an
one-card combo
enormous-
again. Like, this is huge. Link Haribo being back is a big deal. I like this card a lot. Summon Sorceress is kind of scary still. Even with the errata, like, it still summons from deck. I don't know. I don't know. It's probably fine, right? Maybe it's just like a niche little extender that is going to cause some decks to have some different options to weave through combos. It's like Summon Sorceress with its errata is one of those cards where it's nice for decks to be able to have to bridge to stuff, you know? I don't know too much about what it can do post errata, but it just seems like a card that some decks are going to be able to utilize for cute combos, which is neat. Arclight at 1. I don't know how I feel about this, actually. I feel like Arclight should have been banned, I feel. It should be at 0. It's just...
I'm
I
down.
don't know. I guess it's nice that they can't go like once you hit the first Arclight, them being able to go into the second one was a big deal, but it still is gonna be on the end board. You know what I mean? It's still gonna be a card that sits on the end board, makes it so you have to out it and you can't put cards in the grave. And I hate cards like that. I guess it's nice that when you out the first one, then you can continue to play, but you still have to go through the part of outing the first one before you can play like a graveyard strategy. And that's frustrating. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't really like it. Wish they would have banned it, but whatever. It's better. It's better than it being at 2 in people's decks. I hated when they would be they would do the combo where they would use the first one and immediately go into a second one throughout the ways of you playing through their turn. It was just very frustrating. So it's better than it being unrestricted. So I'll take it. Zodiac Trident, it's back. I guess if you want to play Zoo, have fun. Okay. Thank God. Thank God that they hit this Crystron deck.
Really?
That might seem bizarre of me to say, but this Crystron deck was unbelievable. I'm just happy that they hit it in some way. I don't know how much of a hit this is going to be, but it's at least they hit the Crystron deck in some way. Like, it needed to happen. This
Really?
This deck is really good. Plus, like, it kills it. This at 1 kills
It's
the deck? I
negate
doubt
slop.
it kills the deck. I'm just happy they hit it. Obedient School at 1.
Could be at
Good.
0.
I don't
Could be
know
at 0.
what the difference between 1 and 0 is for this, but
Rust.
I mean, obviously it's just like ashing it matters now. Yeah, you know what? That is the biggest thing. Thank you, chat. When you
Sure.
hit the Obedient Schooled, that matters, and I appreciate that now. I appreciate that they have it as a 1-of, so it's a strong card, it's a strong extender, but now when you ash the Obedient Schooled and they have the second one, you don't feel like you just insta-lost the game, so I think this is good. Impulse is a little more relevant too, right? You get Impulse Obedient School too, thank God. So it makes Impulse decks a little bit better if you have a deck that can play Impulse, that's good. Stake Your Soul, whoa! I kind of saw this down the list,
Yeah,
but wow, they really did want to hit this Vanquish Soul deck, huh?
Holy
Vanquish Soul Canine
moly.
is dead for sure. I don't know if it's dead.
No, you can play
I don't know
Rescue
if
Ace
it's
Fire
dead.
Attacker.
Yeah, Raisin and Stake Your Soul at 1 is rough. Yeah. Okay. And then interesting. Solemn Judgment at 1. I think I get it because this is a side deck.
Pluton,
right?
my
The
goat.
Solemns
Pluton
are
back.
Very, very strong cards.
Pluton back.
Just because the side deck exists. And Solemn was kind of getting to the point where it would just be a
Yeah.
warning. They make me
How
weird,
does
so.
he talk for 25 more
I
minutes?
love the limits first. I like the Snake Eye. I like the card for him. I think it's going to be Paradise Smasher, and I don't know. But I love the limits. I should talk about what I like so far before I'm potentially...
Oh, damn it. He's going back before he gets to the bans.
Did buy the deck at the start. I was one... Okay, here we go. I knew it was going to happen at some point.
Moon.
I was one ban list off. I was one banlist off.
Now no one can go into the Fiendsmith except for anyone who can make
I
a
knew it was gonna
3
happen.
or a 4.
I told y'all it was gonna happen. Oh my god. Ugh. People need to listen to me more. Everybody knew? No. Oh wait, were you talking about Paradise? Okay. But look, I knew Moon was gonna be the Fiendsmith hit. I knew Moon was gonna be the Fiendsmith hit. I knew they were gonna hit it at some point. I know it's late. I know Fiendsmith hasn't seen a lot of competitive success. But the ubiquity of the cards is something that does just frustrate the design team. Exotown Knight to the Moon, Ryziel was hit too much. Like, the consistency of Ryziel is hit way too much for Fiendsmith Ryziel to be anything that comes back into competitive success. Like, I just, nah.
Are there any 6s or 7s
sure,
that can make it now?
If you want to play a rank 4 pile that also bridges to Fiendsmith,
I think
then
number
yeah, you have Exoton as
41,
but I just don't
number
think that matters. I think Moon being the
number
band was just way
93,
too
I'll
the
make
ubiquity of
it.
the cards was just annoying. I don't know. Even with them not being that competitively represented, Zodiac Ryziel, maybe. I don't know. I haven't played the Zoo cards or cried about the Zoo cards in a long time, so maybe somebody that has been messing around with them can say if like the Zodiac Ryziel stuff is gonna be good. I mean, you can't really do Fiendsmith anymore. I mean, well, I guess you can. Maybe like Zodiac Fiendsmith Ryziel or something. Who knows? Mitsu Fiendsmith. Yeah, I'm happy like that's not. Well, I guess you can make Exoton with the Mitsurugi card still. I don't know. Moon being gone, I get it. Splash Mage.
2 shouldn't equal
Death
3.
To all Cybers combo, and this is a huge part of that. Thank God. Thank God. Like Death
2
to
should
Cybers
not
cards.
equal 3.
Seriously. Like
2
oh
should
my
not
God.
equal 3.
The Malice cards are just ridiculous. It just all the Cybers combo slop. It's never fun. It's all gotta go. Like, yeah, get this out of here. King of the Feral Imps. Good. Die. 2 4s should not be full Mitsurugi combo. And then, of course, Paradise Smasher. Rip Bozo. Die. If you're banning Paradise, why Murder VS? Paradise was made in so many decks outside of Vanquish Soul. There are some
like
things on here
Memento
that I am very
and
frustrated about that aren't on here. Of course, first and foremost thing that is going to annoy the piss out of me is no Droll, but Droll has mostly been finding its way out of the format anyway. And I think with the Ryziel hits, Droll will be played even less because like Ryziel just hurt more. And like the old decks were the stuff that you played Droll against. But like I don't like that it's not on here. I still think Droll promotes just very frustrating gameplay. I would have liked to have seen it get hit, but
Crystron,
you know,
that's a Vanquish
the way
Soul
these
deck.
hits line up,
or a
it
K9
makes sense
deck.
that I think Droll is going to be played even less, so I get them not hitting it.
And they hit
What else am I
it.
upset about? I am very upset about Artifact Mjolnir. I think that was a huge miss. A lot of people have been playing that, and it's just really it's gonna come up more this morning. There's no Paradise Smasher. You're gonna see Mjolnir. I think that just sucks. Like too many of these cards are gonna like they just dodge like they dodge the gaps in what the banlist team sees. Very frustrating. So I guess we'll have to plan for Mjolnir lock now, which the Bystials can hit that. You know, Crow can hit that. I don't know. We'll just see how the direction of it goes. But that combo is way worse and very fragile. But it's the same issue where it's like the combo is fragile, but you still have to draw the cards that like out the combo. You know, you have to draw interruption for your opponent's turn. It just invalidates the idea of a full board breaker deck as a strategy, you know? The combos like Mjolnir and the Kunkery Princess thing, like, they have to be willing to hit more cards like that. And they didn't, unfortunately. They might have missed it, honestly. I think Charlie Futch was seen resolving the Mjolnir combo at a regional. I don't know how much the Mjolnir combo has been seeing, like, competitive representation in terms of, like, top cuts. He won Rosemont doing Mjolnir. Well, yeah, there you go. See, like, it's like, already, it's been, like, winning regionals and stuff. Maybe only one, but still, I think that's a problem, right? If Charlie Futch won a Rosemont regional, which is a pretty big regional, if I remember, and the way that those games were going was by resolving Mjolnir, then already, like, that regional was a problem. You know, that regional was a bad experience for a lot of the people that played those games. That sucks, you know? But whatever. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, because I know the decks that were doing that were, like, K9 Vanquish Soul, Crystron, Memento. You know, 2 of those 3 decks got hit pretty bad on this list. So I'm sad about no Mjolnir or Kunkery. I'm sad about no Mermail hits, but I guess Mermail's not really been seeing that much.
It's a doo-doo deck for
I'm also kind of sad about no
babies.
Memento hits. I think that deck is really frustrating, but that's just a personal thing. No Baguska on here is also kind of a pain in the ass. Lancia's still legal. Lancia's gonna just with these.
Okay. I mean, you know, it's crazy that of the ones we watched today, Peeps's was the most informed. All right, let's play a game of Edison. Yar, it's me, Mr. Edison. Scatter, 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 scatter. Hello. Hey, Jillian. Well, thank you. I can move it. That's good. Jillian is the barfy wife. I know. Okay. Okay. Huh. What the hell deck is playing dupe? I guess Caius the face down? Don't pull me. Oh my god. Please, oh my god, no, please. I may be dead here. Oh, I'm dead. Oh my god, I'm dead. Yep. Alright, here we go. 2? That could be bad. No! No! Okay, how about this one? A 1. Okay, a 4. Nope. Oh, no, they found Scopin. Shit. Yup. Getting Colossal Fightered here. 3, maybe. Oh, come on. Stop finding the tuner. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Shit. What am I supposed to board in against this? I think I'm keeping in the dust chute. Owie seems pretty good. Compulse seems pretty good. Vanities. Go like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'm a little concerned about just fucking dying here. As I was right to be. Oh, God! Am I supposed to mirror force this? Probably not. Can we set a card, please? Give me something worth Caiusing. Thank you. Oh my god. Oh, that's interesting, actually. Whoa! No! Oh, Nelly. Uh-oh. Okay. Rhoda. Grab... Stratos. Stratos. Grab... Ocean, I guess? I think we are probably dead here. That's pretty good, actually. Let's... I mean, honestly, what could be the set card? It's just some dumbass. Let's make Ab-Zero. We should have done this differently. Pitched the ocean for the swap frog. Okay. Add 1-for-1 dupe. Here we go. If I compulse the monster that's targeted by dupe, I win, right? Oh my god. This is lethal, right? $35, $48. I mean, mostly. Ooh. That was a weird one. I guess I shouldn't have MST'd that if I had no intention of tribute summoning. What are we going to do here? Kind of like Vortex. I guess I kind of like Dust Tornado. I actually only like Vortex. Fuck Oriza. You all like D-Prison so much. I'm keeping Dust Shoot. D-Prison on Colossal Fighter? They're never going to do a Colossal Fighter line if I have back row. Anyway, we drew the D-Prison, so... Yeah. Okay. Okay. $1,500 here. Only 1,300. Okay. Why is that? Oh, I see. This is 1,800. Right? Okay. I guess I should do this at end phase and target the new one. It feels like really crappy, but I'm gonna do it. Okay. Oh! I'm gonna walk in a Borden in case they have an Honest in hand. They don't have an Honest. They have Tuning Wire. That's big. Well, we can take the Radion here. Wow, that was the out too, huh? They had the out and everything. Woo! What if I normal summon this guy? Nah, that's bad. Fun game so far. Two of them things. All right. This is 48. Yeah. Good fight. That was a great duel. Wow. That was like a really fun duel for both players. Wait, that was like so fun. Holy shit. It's oh man, that's wow. I think I'm good with that. Yeah, man, Master Duel sucks ass though. Hey, you know what? My opponent brought that deck. You know, I didn't ask him to do it. Now try ladder. Yay. That was ladder. We gained 18 there. All right. I'm going to call it here. Unfortunately, I just have too much stuff to do. Thank you all for sticking around. I really appreciate it. I am going to throw you over to someone else, and then I'm going to be live again Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 07 Isaac. True. Everyone say hi to Leah. Bye-bye.